Good future millionaires, we back with another banger. I'm DecemberDeMarco, Fortune 500 marketer, here to share my insights to the market with y'all to hopefully help y'all become better informed investors. Salute to y'all for pulling up on the channel. Make sure you hit that thumbs up like button for the YouTube algorithm and do not forget to subscribe, y'all. So we got a very nice discount today when it comes to a lot of our favorite assets. So right now the overall market is basically only up 0.5%, sitting at a $1.56 trillion market cap. But take a look at this here. Fear and greed index is at a 50. That means it's neutral. That means people aren't yet too optimistic. They aren't too afraid. They're basically uncertain. They don't know which way things are going to go right now. But for those that are truly investors, and I mean long-term investors, those that plan on truly planting that seed and allowing it to grow, this is a good thing for us. Now, short-term speculators, there's some opportunity here for you as well. But really, we know long-term investing usually wins over the longer period of time. So right now, we see Bitcoin, pulled down to 40,000 right now from reaching about 49,000 high. Remember, I've been telling y'all that, the chart was telling us that Bitcoin wanted to reach 48,000. I think that's what we did, hit 48,000. Let's see. Let me drag this over. So we hit, that target that we were expecting us to go to. So let's take a look right here. So it looks like it did get right before 49,000. So we broke into that 48,000 range. How did we know, or why did we believe that it would go into that range? So take a look here. So what we do is look at our previous resistance area. So looking at this area here, this told us that the chart wanted to eventually make its way back up to this level, which we've seen it do. It did, which this 48,000 level has been hit. Now the price is pulled back. So now we're looking at where is it likely to find support. So what we want to do is look left again. Remember, always look left in the chart to try to understand some of the previous history of how the asset performed. And then we look at some of those support areas. So if we look at from where we are right now in this range and we go left, we can see right around this area here is where we start to see some support. So let's take a look. So we look at this candle here, we can see, let me drag this over. Okay, so if we're looking at this area right here, we can see that if we go left, the next closest support below this level is right around here. We could say in this range, we got 3 candles, 1, 2, 3 wicks coming down here. We got a little support in this range here. So we could call it at these 2 levels. So we could say Bitcoin might want to pull back to around that level or somewhere around that level. So we're going to throw these 2 supports there. So this gives us an idea of how far can things potentially pull back. Because you got to remember, the markets don't just go up. So us knowing this is why we want to, when I tell you all the dollar cost average, and remember, that's not financial advice. You got to do it at your own, discretion. But when I do say dollar cost average, this is why you want to save some and not just put all your money down at once, just in case the prices continue to pull back further. So let's say we see Bitcoin pull back to around, let's say just around 38,000. Well, we did see right here. So we found a little support at 38.4 before it bounced back up. But let's just say it pulls down to this 37,366 area. That tells us how much room we potentially have to go down. And also we know a lot of these assets follow Bitcoin. So we can assume, it's not financial advice, but we can predict that other assets might have around this range to pull back also. So if we start to see Bitcoin pull back a little more, we can expect to see a few other assets pull back. Now, Bitcoin is holding nicely right now in the 40 range, but we do want to remember that we do see further supports down around that 37,000 level, just in case it does want to, cool off a little bit further. Now, it doing this isn't a bad thing, y'all, because it's essentially like resetting. You know how we broke out all the way from the, 20 levels to, high 40s? We're basically resetting again, giving it, allowing it to rest, allowing it to take a breather, so that way we can begin to rally again. So right now, Ethereum at 2,214, BNB at $290, absolute steal. Solana at $88.30, steal. XRP at 51 cents, Cardano at 47 cents, AVAC at $30.84. Doge at 7 cents. So we got Tron at 10 cents, Dot at $6.45, Link at $14.05, Timecoin at $2.11. We got Matic at 73 cents. And then we got ICP at $11.75. And then Shiba Inu coming in at 18th place by market cap at 508867. Now I know I told y'all before that it was a discount, but this is what you have to pay attention to. Remember, the markets can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent. So just have that mentality that this is a journey, that yeah, if it pulls back in the meantime, if it goes up, whatever it does, that's only what it's doing right now, because you want to look at it from a timeline of, do I plan to be in for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, 20 year, what is it for you? Now, obviously you could go off of just, the money you make. You could say, hey, I made X amount of dollars, or I'm looking to make X amount of dollars. Once I hit that amount, I'll take some profits, or I'll, that's when I'll be, happy with what I made, and I'll walk away in. That's all up to you. But you want to know that money that you won't miss. That's the key to it. You got to do it with the money that you won't miss. I like to say lunch money, whatever that is to you, money that you blow on other things. Throw something in there and save some. Don't all put it all in at once. Continue to just drop that lunch money on it and accumulate. When this thing takes off, you're going to be happy that you did. It's hard to see sometimes, especially if you're one of these people that you made it through the bear market, especially with us being right. If you were accumulating during the bear market, you should still be sitting nicely regardless, just off the increase we've been seeing. But even if you're someone that's just waiting for it to really, really break out, just be patient. I'm telling you, it's going to be worth it. It can't make it too easy. It has to shake the weak hands loose. Similar to what you see happen with a lot of successful projects, especially early on. Projects, people support in the beginning, then they start to, maybe become a little less hopeful, or, just not as... basically, for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Doubtful, uncertainty, or fearful about the market conditions, whatever it could be. That's when you'll start to see some people, sell off their positions and shake themselves off. But you don't want to be one of those people. You just want to continue to put in what you can afford to risk losing. If you're someone because it pulled back, 14% since the beginning of the year. If you're somebody who's melting over that, then that means you put in too much. So keep that in mind. But let's take a look at some of our top SHIB stories from Watcher Guru. Shout out to Watcher Guru. 5 cryptocurrencies that can rally, like Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu, 10 million, 100 million SHIB could earn at 0.0009 or 0.009 prices. So let's see real quick. I'm interested in that. So if you had 10 million SHIB, 100 million SHIB, and of course, you could just do the math to extrapolate this out to determine what you would have at these different price levels. So let's get straight to it. Let's see. Should SHIB ascend to 309 in years ahead, an investor holding 10 million coins could expect a value of $9,000 compared to just $87 today. So even if you're somebody who is starting off at a small level, look at the potential here. Think about it. $90, you could forget about it, and when the time comes, because I don't think it's a if, I think it's a when. When the time comes, that $90 essentially, really $87.80, could potentially turn to $8,915. We could just round it up to $9K. So being able to we'll round up to $87 to $90. So $90 basically into $9K, however long it takes. That's still very much worth it. For those of y'all that are starting with very, very small amounts, look at this as a goal for in the future to accumulate, an amount like this. So that way, in the future, if this does pan out, you got a few bags sitting there waiting for you. Imagine if you are able to put up $90 3 separate times, to accumulate this 10 million Shiba Inu and have multiple bags. And then let's say a time comes in the future, you held all 3 of those bags. That's potentially around $27,000, almost 30K. For somebody who, if that's all you were able to scrape up. But obviously those who are buying more, it's going to be a lot more than that. But I think that's pretty cool. It says, meanwhile, current owners of 100 million Shiba Inu will see their tokens valued at $90,000. This transforms an $878 investment into almost $90,000 in profits. So even if you're someone that's on that level that can only get that $878, look what it could potentially be worth, almost $90,000. Even if it took 3 years, 5 years to do it, that would still be worth it, y'all. Let me know in the comment section, would that be worth it to you? Obviously, I know some of y'all out there gonna say, I don't got that much time, don't want to wait that much time, and I understand. But for those that are truly investors, that's what comes with it, man, time. So potential ROI for holders at 0.009 at the upper bound of 209 per coin, returns inflate dramatically across all investment levels. So just 10 million SHIB would amount to $90,000, y'all. That means only having $87 worth of Shiba Inu today. Let's just round it to $90. $90 worth of Shiba Inu today, when the price goes to 0.009 per coin, will be worth $90,000. That is absolutely crazy. So, think about it. Stepping up 100 million coins, the owners could expect a position worth 900,000. So basically $878 or $900 today could potentially be worth $900,000 at a point where Shiba Inu is sitting at 2 zeros and a 9. So that is super, super bullish news. If you ask me, I think that's worth just putting a few bags to the side just for the potential of what could be. Now also, let's see what Lucy is saying. We got shout out to the entire ShibArmy. Also, shout out to my Vegas Inu high rollers. We had our first event, y'all. I got some content coming from that event. Stay tuned. Also, our website will be being updated very, very soon. Remember, we just did the first initial release of the website, but we're going to have a lot more information coming to the website. All information to Vegas Inu token will be in the description section of this video. Hey, take advantage of that dip, man. Y'all see that dip over there? You got to be, smart money does what smart money does. But hey, not financial advice. But we got SHIB in 2023 marching on 2020. So it looked like a recap by no one has spoken. Who is that? Also, SHIB map Inscribe is about to launch. Inscribe on SHIB map.jpg, WebP, PNG, GIF, TXT, and more. It is written into the Shibarium blockchain, indexed by SHIB map, and can never be deleted. You can create NFT collections or create domain names, I believe. So pretty cool to see the team working, building out the ecosystem, building out the infrastructure to make, SHIB a much larger and successful project. So people represented with their Shiba cows, hoodies, the NFC collection, basically where you can, the collection is numbered, and you can also know which number you hold out of the collection by scanning the NFC tag. So let's see what else. Lucy mentioned SHIB community in Europe getting together to basically host a cool event, possibly with some Wellies catering. That would be dope. Also, I seen something really cool too. Wellies now has all their information integrated into the Shibarium blockchain, where you can now check, the daily transactions and stats and how it's all affecting the Shiba Inu ecosystem. So we will be making a video on that once I, get more involved with that. But that was just cool to hear also. But let's see. So Gate Wallets now supports Shibarium network. Shout out to Gate Wallet. Shout out to all the partners of the SHIB ecosystem, Shibarium, those that are just, working to help make the project itself, even bigger. Also the same for the people in the Vegas Inu token community. Man, we got some very, very exciting things coming up. So ShibArmy, we have launched DApp Scout for the Shibarium mainnet. You can now access the popular Shibarium net dApps in an easy, secure, and convenient way. So that's dope to see. Like I said, they're building the highways, the railroads of Shibarium right now. And think about in the next year or two, how big Shibarium could potentially be for the crypto space. So let's see. I can't disclose specifics, but if you possess basic blockchain skills and understand the Shibarium process, you can anticipate what's ahead. The team is actively working behind the scenes. Big investors are now putting their money into the next big thing. A fun fact: real art is finding the gem before anyone else. I believe in our hard work and persistence. Winning is the only option. It's not over until Shibarium on leash and SHIB emerges victorious. So the show goes on until we reach our goals. But remember, each of us has different goals, and how much you invest determines how much profit you collect. Set your bar realistically, and let's see how it goes. Good luck to everyone on their journey with Shiba ecosystem or any other project. Nothing is financial advice. Let's jump back over here to Watcher Guru. See any other top stories we got. Shiba Inu to launch digital identity in 2024. So we talked about the SHIB identities, basically where instead of using a string of 16 characters for the, I don't know how many characters it is. It's a lot though. For the wallets addresses, you can basically say, hey, reach out to me at bob.shib or, all these different names you could pick, alex.shib, whatever you want it to be. And that way people will be able to find you a lot easier. So, that's our Shiba Inu update. I'm thinking we make sure those notifications on, y'all. I think we want to do a live tonight. Just go over some Vegas Inu token things, talk about the event a little bit. Also got some fire content coming to show y'all a recap of the event, man. It was super, super dope, man. Also, you know, it opened up my eyes to a lot of other possibilities that we have here in the Vegas city. You know, it's just about getting in touch, you know, getting in tune with the community, and, you know, getting the word out about VIT, letting people understand, you know, more about, you know, what we're about, the possibilities, you know, and why crypto is here to stay. So that's all we got for this one. Again, my courses are available in the bundle option if you want to get all three. I got my stock options trading course, my crypto 101 course, and my technical analysis course. If you're interested, reach out to me via email, DecemberDeMarco@gmail.com. Appreciate y'all for pulling up, and we are out.